Um, hey everyone. Um, first, first things first. Thanks for clicking on this video. I appreciate it. So today I had this plan for, you know, celebrating new chat, main chat 6. In my opinion, we get to celebrate these occasions very rarely, because it takes, you know, a pretty long time to reach 100,000 comments. So here we are. And, I was planning to do this on, Heiwa's third anniversary, but looks like we missed it since it was on 10th of January this year. And even the team, like the moderator team, wasn't aware of that. But hey, there's always a next time. I guess we will try that in 2027. Yeah. So, all right. Now to the main part of all this. This is an appreciation post, but in a video format. Video audio format. I think people prefer listening to things than reading them. Like, you know, it's easier. So thank you for, being a part of this small yet lovely community. Thank you, everyone. I'm a fairly new member since it has barely been a year since I have been here, and there's members that are older than me, So this might come off as arrogant, but I appreciate you being here, okay? I have a list of people. It's more like a leaderboard of people who have like commented, the most to the list. Like, you know, those who have commented the most and those who have commented the least. However, the list has no significance. I feel that all of you have equal importance over here. I thought that maybe it would be fun to insert the comments, you know, leaderboard in this as well. Um, Also, I am really sorry, but I can mention only like the first 10 members in this leaderboard. As recording all this and then producing a proper video along with editing and uploading it for everyone to watch, all that is a very time taking procedure. And, plus you can see the speed at which I'm speaking. I want to choose my words very carefully for this so that it comes off as sincere and not half baked. I think once I get this video out, more scopes of making similar content will arise in the future, and maybe through that process I'll become more skilled at this. So please be patient with me and trust the process, I guess. So, um, I think if we took a wild guess, of course, the first person on this list will be Alice. We all know her as Popssy. I don't know the exact pronunciation. So it's Alice. And in my opinion, her contribution to this community is the most. I think a lot of people have been saying, I mean, I think everyone has seen that quite a lot of times, that they say that I do most of the heavy lifting, but that's not true. I mean, I work on this community more visibly than she does, but that's not entirely true either. But that's why most people don't see the reality of it. You know, I am active almost all the time because I am not as busy as Alice is in real life. And plus, if she never recruited me as a moderator or an admin of this place, I think I wouldn't have gotten the chance to perform like this, like to work on everything like this. So I think she is the most important piece of the puzzle, even though all the pieces have the same value. So uh, thank you, Alice, for shaping Heiwa Okok, ok, whatever. Thank you for shaping Heiwa, and thank you for being with us. You're a very kind-hearted person, very kind person. Despite, I think everyone has noticed that she, frequently talks about her personal struggles, and we admire and appreciate that a lot because it shows us how much you're going through, yet how much you're willing to give. You know, so thank you, and oh yeah, you have a comment count of 206,266. Okay, so you have made 206K comments, basically. That's pretty impressive. I mean, it's obvious. So, next on the list is Nitro Vortex. Thank you for being such a helpful person all the time. I mean, you contribute a lot to the chat, even when people are generally not online. I see you replying to everyone and, going through everyone's post, whether it's music or just a random video from YouTube or, a meme posted on the chat. You interact with people all the time, especially, when I'm in need of, help, you're always there. Plus, you're a really friendly and likable person. I feel that everyone finds you as a great friend in this space, and you should be proud of that. Thanks for being a part of Heiwa and being one of the best mods. You have a common count of 37,713. So that's 37713. That's quite impressive. All right. I'm not in the top 3, by the way. I couldn't manage to be on there. Anyway, moving on. We have Afnan Khan, right? We all know him. Afnan Khan is a really wholesome personality in our chats. Also, a very significant one at that, like Nitro. I think he's also very active on our chat during the dead hours, especially. And I believe that everyone finds him approachable, you know. He helped me and a lot of other people when we needed it, and he does it without asking for anything in return. He's a very modest person, a very modest person with a big heart. So, um, we are lucky to have you here on Heiwa Okoku. Thank you. You have really done a lot for us. So, oh yeah, and you have a comment count of 21,234. That's a lot. Impressive work. Thank you. Next we have Ani-Monarch. I'll call him Animo for this video, you know. So from what I see, Animo is like he's an eccentric person, you know. He shares a lot of things about tech, video games, anime, and so on. Most of the things he's into are very niche, like very. Um, every now and then he leaves a comment or two, and no one has any idea what he's talking about. But the most important part of it is that it's harmless at the very least, okay? He's a unique person, very unique person, and that makes him what he is, which I also admire a lot. So, thank you, Animo, for being a part of Heiwa. You have a comment count, an impressive comment count of 20,166. Thank you. And we have a very interesting person next, and that is Kousei Iyae, right? Japanese name, alright? So he's a handful for sure, like very erratic and irrational at times, creates more problems than solves them. Although he works hard, it all gets cancelled out when he gets involved in politics within and outside the community. Like, he can't really help himself. And over the years that he has been on Discus, his credibility has decreased a lot, which eventually pushed him to the point where he enjoys isolation more than anything else. So, but despite all of that, I still believe that Kosei appreciates being here with all the others. He's most definitely very glad that people around him uh, understand his flaws and gave him second chances more than once, you know? So hopefully he will improve as a person in the future. And yeah, that's all about him. Kosei has a comment count of 16,578. Alright, enough about him. So next we move on to Nim. Nim. The last interaction I had with him was more than an year ago. Like, he does come online, but before you catch up to him, he's gone. Like, he's a great person overall. All the conversations I had with him were fine. He's a very gentle and fun person to be with. Hopefully, we'll see him interacting with us once again, like he used to back then. Like, you know, um, let's hope to see him more in the future. So, thank you for all the fun times, Nim. You have a comment count of 15,806. Thank you. Next, we have most probably, an old member of Heiwa. Very hard to pronounce his name. Okay, it's Pinesicum Pizza. Alright, so I have been seeing them in chat lately. Like, I don't know if they're a regular user with a different username, because to be honest, I'm very bad at noticing such things, if I'm being real. Like, from what I've seen so far, they're a great person and has been quite active for the past few days, especially in a certain page of the site, I like to see that, you know? Thanks for being a part of Haywa. I'm pretty sure you have been here longer than me. I mean, no one can make 13,275 comments in just a few days. So, yeah, here's to more memorable times with you here with us. Okay, next on the list is a very important person, and that is the owner of Heiwa, Neptune. So I figure Neptune is a very busy person, and that's because, that's why she has less time to spend on chat. Most of the time, she doesn't reply to urgent messages until days later, which is honestly fine to me. We all have our lives to deal with. So far, I find her as an as an easy to approach person and a mature person as well. Great person overall. I mean, really. Thanks for being a part of HO, and taking up such an important role. She has she has 11,224 comments on Heiwa up to now. All right. Next we have the ninth person, The ninth person to hold a spot in the leaderboard is MF Davie. He's a very regular face in our Discord server. All right, I will call him Davey for now. I personally had some clashes with him previously. It has been a few months since then. Small issues. Like I said, Kousei can't handle himself. So Davey's a great person. I found him as a troll, to be honest, but I understand that it's just his way of interacting with others, and he means no harm. Although I do think some people might not get that. Anyway, I think he's been a long term member of Heiwa. I've heard things, and a significant one at that. We're all grateful to have him with us. Davey has made a total of 7,827 comments on our Discuss forum, even though we don't see him as much as as you're supposed to see him, given the amount of comments he has on our forum. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you for being with us for so long. And last but not the least, in the top 10 commenters of HO is Nyakasama, right? So now I have seen her on the chat a couple of times, but I've never been able to gauge what kind of a person she is. Like, you know, however, I've heard that she contributed a lot in the past as a moderator, and I admire that. I respect the loyalty she has for HO, and has stayed with us for so long, even though we never get to see her online. Like compared to most people on the chat, I wish her luck, because I think she is definitely working on something very important in life. And whatever she's working on, best of luck to her. So, yeah. And yeah, the comment count, she has made 7,734 comments on Heiwa. So that's the top 10. As I mentioned before, this is becoming a pretty long video. If it hasn't already, this will become a pretty long video. So if I addressed everyone in our community, it would be almost like an hour long. I don't want anyone to sit for that long and just listen to me yapping. But I still want to do some honorable mentions. Like, I'll list some people. So let's talk about some honorable mentions. The first on the list is 2B. Next we have Just No One. Then Dave0451. We have Divine Windy. We have Rikuo. We have Ego Altar, a very great person. We have Zaire. I don't know if that's pronounced that way, like Xair, Zaire. We have Satvik, the chocolate doggy, the Facts Lady, I Am Alive. We have Scopin, our very recent new moderator. Also, HMS Enterprise, very new on our moderator team. We have Sakamura. We have Ryu. We have AIM. We have Luna Aoi. Then we have Yoshikage Kira, very regular participant in our Meijin events. Thank you. We have Shirogane Miyoki, another important member of our moderator team. We have Gyu, GYU. Gyu, she is a very friendly person. I like her. We have Kazuki, Saki, the adorable creature that we sometimes have visiting us. We have Mikasa's GF. Then we have Helldiver. And lastly, we have Wasawase. Prayers to him. He's in Iran, whatever. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Sorry. Iran. Iran, right? He's in Iran and he is. I hope that he's safe. Very, lots of hectic things going on over there. So I hope Wasawase is safe over there. And that brings us to the end of the honorable mentions. So thank you all for being a part of Heiwa Okoku. All right, I'm pronouncing that very badly. I'm sorry. So I, on a personal note, I think you all are unique in your own ways, and that's what makes Heiwa colorful. You know. So um, we are so grateful for each and every one of you. So, yeah, I will end this here. Thanks for listening. Looking forward to more memorable times together, right? So, have a great one. Thank you.